So in today's video, I want to show you how you can use a simple tennis ball to improve your knee pain and your general knee function. And I'm going to show you 4 different places you can put that ball that should help take some of the hidden handbrakes off that might be contributing to the reason why you have that knee pain or why you don't feel like your knee is functioning as well as it could. But before we get to these techniques, I want to take you through a very simple baseline measurement that you can do before and then come back to afterwards to make sure that you know exactly what these techniques have done for you, your pain, and your dysfunction. Because if you find that one of these areas that we're going to put the ball in helps your knee feel so much better than one of the other ones, then it goes without saying that it's really important that you can see that change in real time by doing a test and a retest before and afterwards. And a really good baseline measurement that you can take is in the form of a squat or a box squat or a sit to stand movement. And what we want to basically get you to do is, if you can stand with your feet straight, shoulder width apart, you want to make sure that this is reproducible again once you've done the exercises. And simply just sit down or stand up, depending on how you feel, or just do a deep squat as deep as you feel comfortable. Take note of exactly how your knee feels, whether it feels tight. It doesn't have to hurt, but we want to make sure that you take note of where it feels uncomfortable so that you've got a really clear understanding of what you can compare this to after we've gone through each of the techniques we're about to go through. Now, the first technique is probably the most obvious, and we're going to take that tennis ball and we're going to place it into sort of the side of your knee, just above your kneecap. Now, most people would consider this the iliotibial band area or ITB area, but essentially we don't necessarily want to limit ourselves to specific labels. We just want to be able to take the ball, press the ball into that area, and then lie down onto our side and gently let the ball press in to things that we find are tender or uncomfortable or need a little bit of our attention. So traditionally, we don't necessarily need you to be directly on the side of the knee. Often it's the side of the knee with a little bit of a roll forwards. Once you've found that good spot, what we want you to do essentially is gently bend your knee and respectfully try and shear that tightness underneath and through that tennis ball. So again, this can be quite tender, this can be quite uncomfortable for a lot of people. So if that is the case for you, just be as gentle as you feel you need to. Don't put a whole bunch of pressure through the ball. Be very gentle, take some of the pressure off, but still make sure that you're actively bending and flexing that leg without trying to lose the tension or the pressure from the ball to allow us to shear free and actively release some of that soft tissue. Then once you've spent maybe 30 seconds in this block just working through this respectfully, then just move the ball up a little bit or down a little bit. Wherever you feel you need to be with the ball is completely specific to you, but we just want to gently encourage that tissue to move and to free up as quickly as possible. And what we're doing is that we're basically feeding some slack into the knee joint in an area that has a propensity to be tight and restricted for a lot of people. So taking a tennis ball, pressing in there and gently freeing that up can be a really nice way to feed some slack into the knee and hopefully reduce some of your pain and improve the overall function of how that feels for you, irrespective of what the label is you've been given for your knee dysfunction. And then again, once you've done that, once you've spent enough time doing that, I'll get you to stand up again and then automatically check the same movement that you just did before for any signs that something feels a little bit nicer. And this particular exercise or this particular technique can be really, really useful. And I think the outside of that knee is a great place to start. And then the next exercise we can use the tennis ball for is that not only will we be working through the outside front of that knee or that lower thigh, but we can also place the ball at the back of the thigh where those hamstring type tissues cross the knee and insert down into the lower leg. So taking your tennis ball and having a strategically placed chair or couch behind you, we can place the ball right into the base of that thigh, and we can roll over onto it a little bit more to make sure that we find the right spot. And then once you've found a spot that feels a little bit tight, this couch feels a little bit too soft for me, we can basically get you to gently bend and stretch that knee, shearing that tissue free as far as you feel comfortable with as much tension or as much pressure as you feel you can tolerate. And again, if we can spend 30 seconds, a minute, however long you feel you need to, respectfully working through some of the areas that feel tender and important to you, taking note of where you feel the main spots tend to be for you. So again, for me, a little bit lower down on the outside tends to be particularly tight for me at the moment. But after a few of these gentle leg extensions, I can feel that it's beginning to release and becoming a little bit more comfortable than it was when I started doing this. And then once you've had enough of doing that, once again, we want you to stand up again, drop down into your squat, just getting a sense of how that knee feels. However you did this to start with, make sure you do that again. See if you've improved how that particularly feels to do, and then make sure that you take note of which one feels more beneficial to you, just so that you can come back to it at a later date. And then the next part of this that we can work on is that not only are we going from the thigh down, but we also want to make sure we're not neglecting any restrictions or dysfunctions originating from the calf as it crosses the back of the knee as well. So remember, whether it's your quad area or your hamstrings or your calves, or the fourth area which we'll get to, which is a little bit of an often overlooked part of this procedure, we're going to make sure that we're hitting the calf below the knee to make sure that we're feeding some slack up into the joint, hopefully capturing some of the dysfunction that we didn't realize was contributing to our knee pain or how our knee feels generally. So again, we're going to place it towards the outside of the knee, and we want to again put some pressure through the calf, trying to find where exactly those tight tender spots tend to be. Same as we've done with the hamstring and quad areas and ITB areas. Once you've found a good spot, we want to respectfully start to bend that ankle and flex that ankle to pull that tissue through underneath the ball. You might find there's more here than what there was at the hamstring, maybe a little bit less than what there was at that ITB quad area. Same deal, once you've done that, jump up again, try those squats, just make sure that it feels a little bit looser. It's feeling a fraction nicer for me already. Same thing, doing your sit to stand, whatever you feel works best for you. We just want to make sure that again, you've seen a change or it feels different in some way to justify the time that you've spent doing a tennis ball related exercise. So once you spend some time working through those three main muscle groups, the calf muscle, the hamstrings and the quads, we want to make sure that we're not missing anything that's more broadly affecting the knee. Now, the calf, the hamstring, the quads / the ITB, they cross the knee or they directly influence the knee based on their proximity to that joint. So any restrictions or hidden dysfunctions within those areas has the tendency to feed into the pain or the discomfort that you're feeling through that knee. But the fourth area that we're going to work on, it's going to sound a little bit strange, but if you've been following the channel for a while now, you might hazard a guess to know exactly where we're going to place this ball in a second. But what I've found clinically over the years is that there's one additional part of the body that tends to have a very strong influence over the health and the function of your knee. And it may also be contributing to why these muscles, these calves, quads and hamstrings are actually tight in the first place. One of the most hidden aspects of a lot of knee pain that I find clinically is lower back dysfunction. And that may sound strange because the lower back is relatively far away from the knee, but it does house a lot of the neural connections that ultimately tell the knee what to do and the knee musculature what to do. And what I found clinically is that if there is some lower back dysfunction throughout the lumbar spine and the base of that rib cage, those neural connections can become influenced or compromised in a way that can send a chain reaction of events down to the knee and create some dysfunction in its own right. So what I'd like you to do is with the tennis ball, and again, we've done this a lot on the channel before, but we're looking specifically not so much at the base of your spine or basically where the rib cage is, but somewhere in the middle. We're going to place that ball directly in the middle of your spine and let it roll off to one side specifically. So not all the way out to the side, just where the bump is, just off to the left a little bit or off to the right a little bit, depending on where you feel you need to be. And then as we always tend to say, we'll get you to lie down on the ball. And what we're looking for is we're trying to pay attention to areas that again feel tender, but potentially just restricted or thicker or tighter than the other side. So again, we're not rolling around on the ball here. We just want to find a spot. We want to take note of how well the ball sinks in. Does it feel restricted? Does it feel thick? Does it feel tight? Does it feel tender in some way? And then when you compare it to the exact same spot on the other side, does it feel like the ball sinks in a little bit easier, or does it feel tighter than it did on this side? Because what I want you to do is I want you to spend some time gently letting the ball press into the areas that feel the most restricted, not necessarily the most tender and sore. Now they may be the same side, but mechanically we're trying to look for the spinal handbrakes that might be contributing to your knee dysfunction. So we're not necessarily chasing what feels tender, we're chasing what feels restricted, thick, dense, tight, whatever you feel is going on right versus left. Spend the most time on the spots that feel the most restricted. And again, once you've been here for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you feel comfortable with, then just gently move the ball up up a little bit, go looking for the next spot that feels a bit restricted and spend time here allowing that tissue to give, get the soft tissue to give, try and influence the joints if they're stiff underneath that, encourage that tissue, encourage your brain and nervous system to relax those areas by keeping constant pressure on those areas. And again, once you spend some time working through there, same thing again, we'll get you to stand up again, we'll get you to squat down again, we'll get you to take note of how, whatever your baseline measurement was that you used before, how that felt comparative to how it feels now. And what you'll hopefully find is that by putting the ball through a lot of the local soft tissue that influences the knee function directly, and also trying to connect the dots to something a little bit more central through your spine that may also be creating a handbrake or some perpetual dysfunction through that knee as well. A tennis ball is a fantastic way to start that conversation. So I genuinely hope that was helpful. I hope that using a tennis ball has really opened your eyes as to where some of those hidden handbrakes might be that could be contributing to your knee pain and dysfunction. And if you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you want some more tips and tricks to help you feel and function better. Please leave a super thanks donation if you want to help support the channel. But that being said, I genuinely hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.